Hey everyone, happy Wednesday, and today you're tuning into what I'm going to call Tailpiece Talk. This is a product review, and like I always say in my product review videos, at least one of my product review videos, that I've not been asked to do this, I'm not being paid to do this, I'm not being endorsed to do this. However, about 2 years ago, I was asked by the company to do a written review, which you can check out up here, that is on my website. You can read it if you want to, but if you would like to watch the video version, we will return to our regularly scheduled program. So, if you have noticed on my instrument, there's one part of it that actually seems to steal the limelight every single time. Maybe not steal the limelight, but seems to catch everyone's attention, and that is my tailpiece. Ooh, pretty. This, my friends, is the Frirsz Tailpiece, and this is made by Nicholas Frirsz up in New York, who had the idea of making a tailpiece that helps instruments eliminate wolf tones. Now, a wolf tone isn't a resonancy, it's a note that does not project properly. That can be either when it's played quietly or when it's played loudly. On violins, it's usually a C. On violas, it's an F sharp. Cellos and basses have it too. Cellos are notorious for having it because the way the instrument sort of works. And this tailpiece was designed to sort of alleviate that issue because it can be a very, very bad thing when you're playing a very sensitive passage or a very loud passage and all of a sudden your instrument decides to bark at you because that note cannot be played. So to compare the Frirsz tailpiece to a standard tailpiece, this is what a standard tailpiece looks like. This is the one I had on my instrument for about 4 years. This isn't the original tailpiece that came with it, but I used this for about 4 years because I had a wolf issue with the previous one, and this was before I knew about the Frirsz tailpiece. The Frirsz tailpiece is quite different. It has this tapering section right here, and it's quite wide. This is where the idea of the wolf tone elimination happens. It is meant to sort of change the sympathetic vibration slightly, so that way the note that you play does not project the wolf. It kind of shifts it. My best way of understanding it, this is all idea of physics actually. 2-point fixed tension. And so when you end up playing an F sharp, for example, you will not end up hearing the wolf tone. The other thing it also does is it lowers the tension specifically on the lower strings because you have extended the length of the string. What I feel like this does is actually makes certain things like doing double stops a lot easier because you can actually grip the string a little bit more and you can really sort of get the instrument to play and resonate well. A lot of plus points I noticed when I added the Frirsz tailpiece to my instrument was, apart from the fact that it removed the wolf tone, which makes it worth every single penny, to be honest, the upper register started projecting a lot. It had this beautiful singing quality to begin with, but it just elevated it to the next level, and even my lower stuff almost sounds like a cello at times because I can just get this beautiful, beautiful tone out of it, as you can probably see in a lot of my videos. The only difference is you're listening to it through a computer or a cell phone. In person, it's a completely different world. Now, this is the wooden tailpiece, and as you can tell, it's very beautifully made. This is what's known as the Santa Fe wood on their website, but there's a plethora of colors and options you can choose from. There's the wood laminate one, and there's the metal one. Now, I can't testify for the metal one. I was actually discouraged of using it because we use metal covered strings. Why use a metal tailpiece? You're gonna have a lot of clashing. However, I do have a colleague that uses the metal one and she says it works for her. And those usually come in just two colors, brass, which sort of replicates boxwood, and then black, which sort of replicates ebony. And in this case, you have a lot of colors. Now, on Frirz's website, it'll say that if you play a viola that is 16 inches or smaller to get the violin tailpiece. I play a 16-inch viola and I'm using the viola tailpiece. So it's really a matter of whether or not the luthier or the guy who's putting on the tailpiece can do it. I would just say that if you're playing a size 16 viola, stick with the viola tailpiece. Other size is smaller, then get the violin one. As you can tell, it's quite special. You can get a lot of other colors. At the time when I got this one, I had boxwood fittings on my instrument, but now I have ebony ones. And it still looks cool because, I mean, the blue is pretty cool. I mean, I like blue and whatnot. I'm also going to put in a plug for one of my friends named Delia Turner of Bling Tuners. If you've noticed, another cool feature on my instrument, and this is actually a funny thing, I tried to show off this feature of the instrument, but the tailpiece still steals the limelight, and that is my Bling Tuner. If you can catch the light properly, you notice it sparkles. So on my old tailpiece, I had a little gold saddle, and I liked that. That was actually one of my favorite parts of the tailpiece. So when I changed it to the Frirsz, yes, there is colorful wood, but that little gold part was gone. So this was kind of like my way of replacing it. She has like a whole variety of colors. I have the red one and I have a blue one that matches the blue in the tailpiece. I really like how it sort of just added a little extra sparkle to my instrument, a little icing on the cake. So if you are interested in looking at something like that for your instrument, you can also find her link up here. So I hope you enjoyed this product review and sort of my plugin for Bling Tuners. I was also not asked to do that. This was just my personal thing to do, because a lot of people do ask me about the sparkling tuner. Let me know what your thoughts are. If you use the Frirsz tailpiece, please, comment with your sort of thoughts and ideas of it. If you have any questions about the Frirsz tailpiece, please ask me, or you can contact Nicholas Frirsz himself. All his contact information is also on his website, which is going to be in the description and up here at some point. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please be sure to stay tuned for my performance video next week and my other adventure videos to come by subscribing to my channel, giving this video a thumbs up, and sharing it with your friends as always. I have a lot of cool adventures coming up, such as an adventure vlog to the Young Artist Program in Canada, a few cool performance opportunities that will come from that, including master classes and coaching. So I'm going to try and put as much of that on YouTube so you guys can check out what I'm up to. Until then, happy Wednesday from Aguila and I.